Sam West.
I've got a list of about 35, 40 sports that I want to do. My skill moving with me through
You've got the
different
days,
environments.
haven't you?
Skill, I would say, always trumps physical ability.
Yeah.
I'm about to go and do this really dangerous thing.
Yeah.
I don't need to be putting my focus into what the white balance is right now.
Yeah.
Oh, it's hard doing YouTube. But I know that unless it's Love Island, nobody's watching. Crazy hippie highliners that were all blasted the whole time.
Were they? Welcome to another amazing episode of Evolution Media's podcast. And today, our special guest, Sam West.
Are we clapping?
Hello.
We do a little clap now. We never
Do I
used to.
clap?
You can clap yourself, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, for the people who don't know you, perhaps a little brief introduction into you and what you do.
Okay. Hello. My name's Sam West. I'm like 26 years old, live in North Devon. I am somewhat of a sports person. I go around trying obscure extreme sports, seeing how I can do from first day of the week to the end of the week with the help of a mentor, trying to be as good as I can be at these sports, hopefully going from zero to hero, but sometimes just smashing myself to pieces in the process or, yeah.
And you've got a
failure.
YouTube channel called
Yeah.
Wild West.
Yeah, my YouTube channel is called Wild West, and it's where I have all of my obscure extreme sports content.
Yeah, good. And we met at MudBillys, didn't we?
We did.
Yeah.
So we have spoken before.
Yeah, in the podcast studio.
We've
Not just in like a tent.
We never podcasted before at all, have we? This is the first time.
Yeah, no, this is completely raw.
I won't ask you all the
regular.
same questions I've asked you before.
No,
It's a
you-
bit of
yeah.
a different setup, though.
It is, yeah.
Today.
What we
That's slightly less noisy.
yeah.
Last time we
Yeah.
were.
Oh, you couldn't hear me. I think the bike, because you've been on the bike as well. I think you're slightly deafer than normal. So yeah, good to have you here.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Yeah, good to be here.
Yeah, I think it's a really interesting story what you're doing,
Mm.
and really for us as well as a marketing agency and as a marketing podcast, I guess it's cool to get creators' perspectives on how they build their marketing.
Crikey, I'm not. Thing is, you
You
call me
are
a
a
creator.
creator.
I'm as green as a creator could be in the world of
But
creating.
you've had some success, right? You've started. It's gone very well from a standing start.
Yeah, from nothing to my second video. Yeah, it did very well. I don't. For anyone watching this, I'm not meaning to like blow myself up. It did.
Giving
It did
yourself
all
a
right.
pat
No,
on
it
the
did. Yeah,
back.
like it did. It did good. It did good. It got 460,000 views, and it was just like,
Wow.
yeah, it was flying over about a week period, which was really nice. It was something that it was very encouraging because I think a lot of people say like it's quite a long road to get up to a point where you can get like a bit of a base of subscribers, and it seemed like mine kind of went up.
So what?
Quite
So
quickly,
did you
which
do
is nice.
anything? So talking on that,
It was
how did you do it?
yeah.
What's the secret?
Here is the blueprint.
Yeah.
First of all, accidentally upload it in 720p.
Really?
I'm 100% serious. I uploaded it 720p.
Great
really,
start.
really bad. I filmed it all myself, bar the last day with the help of a wedding photographer on the last, on the actual race. And yeah, it was just, I don't want to call it a complete fluke, but like, if it was ever going to be a complete fluke, it was then.
So talk us through the challenges that you've done so far. So the premise is, as you said, your background is, I believe,
Go on.
gymnastics.
Yeah. I'm background in gymnastics. My beginnings was a gymnast from the age of about 8, and then kind of trained up till I was 16, doing like competitions, and started doing a lot more kind of like group things at a later age. But then throughout college, I got good mates with people that were very good climbers, and then from that, those two things kind of came together, and I ended up doing the Ninja Warrior, the telly show.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and did that, and
I've
then
definitely seen clips of it.
yeah, I did 2 series of that, and was like, do you know what? I really want sport to be my job. Like, it's
Yeah.
so nice
Yeah.
seeing the thing that you put so much effort into, people being like, you're doing really
Yeah.
good at it.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay, this is what I want to do. And then went through a period where I just didn't really know what I wanted to do, and ended up coming to the realization that I was very good at adapting. So started doing different sports, and I was like, people are going to want to watch extreme sports. Nobody wants to watch me do like cricket or something boring. and obscure sports. Yeah.
Sorry, cricket.
No, but nobody's
We
gonna
love
want
you
to. Yeah, it's not a boring sport. No, I've watched India versus England.
You're not
the other day. It was very
challenging
good.
yourself like to go up and bat, and although batting is quite scary, but
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? It's
No,
you've got
okay.
pads on
I'm
and
sure
shit.
it's very. Yeah, no, it is nerve wracking. What I'm saying is like it's a normal sport that there isn't like any stakes of you getting like really hurt, but like a sport where, for example, I did the cheese roll, which was the one that did really well. Like the chances of you getting hurt
cheese
in that
roll,
are
mate,
like
that's crazy,
50-50. They're like
Yeah.
you could break something, you could be all right, and you know, thankfully I was all right. But
I
yeah,
guess as well, like it's the kind of stuff that people would be interested in watching because they might not know about it already. Like you were saying, like you wouldn't like you sat and watched cricket the other day, and people are like that sport has its platform and it's massive already. So going into something that people don't necessarily know about, not only are they
the
watching
cheese
you
run
do
thing's
it,
had a lot of press.
a lot more. I think
Yeah,
a lot
it
more
has.
recently. I think,
Yeah,
'cause it was
they did a
shows-
documentary with some woman who keeps winning it.
Yeah,
And
some
she's-
woman is some
woman.
woman is just.
I don't know her name. Sorry, people.
No,
but
no,
if
you're
you-
right. No,
But-
I should know it.
But she's really good at it for
Mm.
whatever reason. How you get good? No, not because she's a
You
woman.
know.
But I mean, in general,
I'm not
like
gonna drop you in
she fell well and bounced back up and had a tactic. There
Mm.
was like a method to the madness. I remember watching the documentary.
I know
Yeah.
which one you're talking about.
Yeah.
Voice crack. Yeah, I know which one you're talking about. Yeah, she's the lady that's won it the most times, and then Chris, the chap that was my mentor for the Wild West episode,
Yeah.
he's the bloke who's won it the most
Oh,
times.
cool. Yeah,
But
I
it was
remember him.
Oh, I should have said, yeah, I have a mentor who helps me throughout the week.
Yeah,
basically gives me tips and that. But yeah,
Rolling and getting back up.
yeah. The
That's
thing
what
is,
they were doing,
falling
right?
is a real easy from gymnastics. You fall all the time.
yeah,
So for that, it was like, okay, I can really draw
Yeah.
from this and just go and fall, and that's fine. And I trained up from like sand dunes where it was like sandy, so you're not going to get hurt, and then like a little hill, and then bigger and bigger, and you know, and it's kind of the whole thing of the episodes is you actually see me like progress. You get to see sports you've never seen before, so it's like, you know, interesting from that side, and also you get to meet the characters from these obscure sports that you would never meet before, and they're always crazy, always, because they're in an extreme sport, which makes them crazy anyway. It's an obscure sport, so they're not in it for the glory, they're just
Yeah.
there to have fun, and these combinations just make them absolutely mental. Like I can't fully go into some of the mental stuff because I like to
But they're
show them
also
as athletes.
they're
but
also
like,
focused, aren't they? Like when they do it, they're like,
Oh, yeah,
they
when
are
that-
like
they're-
very competitive and focused,
Yeah.
mm,
and they do train for it as well. Like
yeah,
quite
for
hard.
sure,
So
for sure.
I think
They're
you've explained it
competing.
quite well in terms of like the kind of people they are, because we obviously saw it at MudBillys as well.
Yeah.
With going and speaking. Well, Jake saw it more than anyone, sitting and doing the podcast and stuff, and then
got some
Yeah,
good
you
me
were
and Wes
right in
walking
amongst
around
it,
the
weren't you?
pits and
Yeah.
going to try and find people to do stuff. There's a lot of interesting characters, but it makes it
So talk to us.
Yeah,
So you
decent.
did.
Sorry, yeah, the sports
So,
that I've,
so you've
I've
done. Which
or-
ones did you do then? So
Okay, so
what's
I've
the
done-
order of ceremony that we've
Yeah,
got?
okay. I should have, instead of waffling on, I should have just said it straight away. I've done, first of all, I did highlining, which is, you know, like a slack line.
Yeah.
So imagine a slack line, but they're, the one that I did was 50 meters high and then 80 meters long. But do you know where Clifton is in Bristol?
No, but we'll
The
say
bridge,
yeah.
The
in
suspension
Clifton-
bridge.
The bridge.
Okay, yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
the one thing that Bristol's got, that big old bridge.
The thing that they tax you to go over every
yeah,
time.
yeah.
They
Do
get
they
really,
Yeah.
do they do
they
that?
get
Yeah.
really annoyed because
Yeah, you have to pay.
there's one way you got taxed. I can't remember. Anyway,
Okay,
carry
yeah,
on.
anyway, there's a huge quarry right next to it, and you can see the road going underneath it. And this line went over, and it's like an inch wide piece of webbing that's dynamic, so it's like really stretchy, and it goes like 15 foot in every direction. And I had to basically get out and try and do some bits on this line because like tightrope walking's like I'm gonna walk it, highlining's like I'm gonna bounce around and do tricks and like stuff on it. So yeah, that was the first one I did, and then
How
went
did
and
that
did
go?
It was fine. It was fine. I
Sounds
worked
like my
I worked
idea
my
of
way up
hell.
to it, but
Yeah.
it was the biggest thing about it is the exposure, because if you're climbing up something, you know, climbing up a bush or something
Yeah.
or a tree, whatever, you've got this as your like point of reference of like I'm here with something in that. Sorry, I'm talking to. I can see that. You know, yeah, I've got to
Wes
look
is
at. I've got
watching you
to
talk to
go
the
into the
plan.
microphone. Yeah, yeah. Like this is your point of reference. Out on the line where it's an inch wide, like you literally your big toe covers the line and that's it. You have nothing. You are in the void as much as you can be in the void without actually being like skydiving or something. So the exposure in that one is the scariest part. And also the line is pushing up with the same force that you're pushing down. So if you fall, you have to dive head first, because when the line pings up, if you caught like a finger, it'll be pushing up with the equivalent of, you know, your body weight into your hand or in your face or under your, so it's not like you're like, oh, I've fallen. You have to dive and make sure you get away from the line, because also there's a big steel eye which is around the line, which is around your harness. I should have said that there's a line going to the actual high line, but yeah. But when you fall, that line is like a bowstring, like, and if you get caught on it or catch your finger or your eye or your hand or whatever, like it'll whack you with the equivalent of a person's weight, like in your face. So,
Nice.
yeah, that was the scary. That was probably the scariest bit of it.
So did you start with a lower, like a smaller line and worked up to that height, or was it just like you're gonna get mentored and then you go on the line? What was the deal?
So I had a slack line in the garden, which I just set up across a regular, you know,
as you do.
Yeah,
let's make a slack line in the garden.
No, I had a that you can buy slack lines.
Can
it's
you?
Yeah, it's a kids thing. You stand on it, but it's like a piece of it's like a truck web, you know, like a ratchet strap.
So you ratchet it across from 2 points.
Walked across that at the ground level, got to the point where I could then stand in it and turn around on it and Then moved it up to like probably about the height of the ceiling and was trying it at that height and was fine with it. And then went over something the same height as the ceiling, but then over water, which was actually probably a little bit higher, but it's basically like a dock between 2 points. And then to get over the idea of the heights, went and did a bridge jump up at, actually I'm not going to say the exact place, but a viaduct, which is basically a huge bridge, which was about 55 meters. And the bridge is, so if you imagine like a kind of a rectangle where it's like the road bit on top, and then there's steel beams that come underneath it like that. Mm-hmm. I set a line down under the bridge and then back up, and you jump off the bridge, and then it catches you on the rope and you swing the apex, but you're free falling for like maybe 10-ish meters. So you're like, shoom.
Yeah.
And that was to get over the height aspect of it. So it was like, I've gained the skill of the walking. I've gained the skill of getting over the heights. And now we're going to go up and we're going to meet up with the people that really do it. And went up to Bristol and then met with these crazy hippie highliners that were all blasted the whole time.
Were they?
And went and tried it.
So they get blasted and then do this.
Yeah. And this is the thing. I'd love to show these people as sports people, all of them, every sport I do, because they genuinely are sports people, but they don't do classically sports persons things, sports people things. So like they do drink, they do smoke, but they still do extremely impressive physical. Like the highlining to this day is the most impressive thing I've ever seen in person. It is so unbelievably difficult. And the line between being able to, like, some of these people are doing like handstands in the middle of a line that's moving 15 foot in every direction over a void of 50 meters, you know, after smoking or doing whatever they've been doing. And it is unbelievable. Unbelievable. It's brilliant. Like, you don't get to see that side of them when they're doing it, because they, like you said, they're so focused.
Yeah.
That like, yeah, it's just,
well,
it is unbelievable.
It's their passion,
so impressive.
So if you're passionate about something, you will dedicate your time to it. You naturally get better, or the passion goes.
Yeah.
Typically, but you'll get better, and then you'll become very good. And if you do it from years before, there's certain things I can still do now that I did a lot when I was a child, right? So certain sports, like I skated for a long time.
Yeah.
BMX, I can still go into a skate park and drop into a ramp or whatever if I want to.
Yeah.
Or even now, and that just doesn't go. But if you keep it going, I could probably would have had a drink and something at some point and done it.
Yeah.
You just get better. But there's still so much skill to do it, because you do it every day. It's the hours that you pour in.
Yeah.
I would say from doing a few
you're
different
not doing
sports,
hours, you're doing a week.
Yeah, I'm doing a week. Well, the thing is, I would say skill, I would say, always trumps physical ability.
Yeah.
1,000,000%. Because I've met some people that you would look at them and go, there's no way you're going to be able to do a backflip. There's no way you're going to be able to do any of this stuff. And they using a skill over the, to get over their physical.
Compensate.
Yeah, they'll just
Yeah.
fine. I mean, we've all met people that you go, oh, he's never going to be able to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they go and do it and you go, how the hell? And it's,
Yeah.
oh, I used to do it when I was younger. Oh,
Yeah.
I've done it before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That physical plus skill, when they come together, you got something real special, but you can overcome a lot with good skill. And
It's
I mean,
really
and the thing is,
interesting.
it does go kind of in the opposite direction as well. Is if you are lacking a bit in the skill department, you can make up for it with a bit of like extra effort. Like you can just sort of muscle your way through some stuff. But I would say that the scales is well tipped in the skill direction.
Yeah, I think so. I think skillful, because you get it in different sports where I'll always reference boxing, but you'll get one fighter who's skillful, a lot more skillful, but someone who's a brute who's just athletically gifted.
Yeah. Well, that's
And
the
they'll still
Deontay
mix
Wilder
well.
and Tyson Fury.
Yeah,
If you look at
exactly.
Fury, his body
How's he
shape
doing
is
it?
not
he
an
do it?
athlete,
No.
but his skill, perfect.
Yeah.
Wilder, he's got an absolute monster hook.
Yeah. And,
But in terms of his-
athletic as well, isn't
Oh,
he?
but in terms of his like fight knowledge and fight, what's it called?
IQ.
IQ.
Yeah. Terrible.
Wasn't it? Well, it was not terrible. He's a very good boxer,
Well,
but he wasn't as good as
medal, didn't he,
Fury.
at the
Like,
Olympics and stuff as
Oh,
well.
yeah.
So he
Oh,
was
yeah.
pretty good. But
I
you're
used to
right.
get
So
it from, like-
them things gel, don't they?
I used to get it from track BMX in terms of the skill in that, especially with like the pump sections on the track and
Yeah.
stuff. Like, because I've never been super muscly or anything like that, and you'd see some of them and they're like, like the
Wow.
power that they had. Whereas I was definitely more skill
Yeah.
than like being physically strong with it.
If you get both, you are dangerous.
yeah, you're a weapon.
Yeah.
If
That's-
you
that's
can
the
wield
top of
both
the
of
elite,
them, you
isn't
are
it?
killing it.
Yeah.
So how did you choose? What's the process of choosing the sports? Is it more opportunity, or is it just like you pick something out? How does it work?
There's a I'd like to be able to just pick whatever sports, because I've got a list of about 35, 40 sports that I want to do, but a lot of them are abroad or the budget is like massive for it. And I'm, like I said, I'm not a professional.
Yeah.
Not yet.
I had a look through the list as well, didn't I? And some of them are absolutely mental.
Yeah, they're wicked, but they're things that, to be honest, I don't really have the budget for. That's a real, like the bottom line is, just for the pit bike episode, I spent $2,000.
Yeah.
Which you think like, well, how the hell have you spent that? And it's like, well, first of all, it was 1,600 quid just for the bike.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, from there, okay, travel, accommodation,
Decent bike
food.
then for 1,600 quid. It would have been a good bike.
Well,
Or
this
was
is the
that
thing.
about right?
I knew I was going to be falling off a lot.
Yeah.
So I bought a almost brand new bike, a Honda, because I was told by everybody, like, don't get a Chinese bike, whatever you do, because the Chinese will just blow up. First day, your event will be over. Because I don't know a lot about mechanics. Like I could do a little bit on a motorbike, but like if you said rebuild a motorbike in a muddy field with like, a 10 peg and sheer will, couldn't do it.
No, them lot can, but
They could. They certainly could. They were a lot. They were like welding bits of like scrap together and making it all work. But
they were really helpful as well, though, weren't
they were.
Like,
No, they
when
were
we
really
walked
good.
around
so
and
we're
stuff.
referencing MudBillys now.
MudBillys,
which is your latest episode.
Yeah,
that
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
assuming is in the works to go out.
Yeah, this is the thing is I struggle a lot with editing.
Right.
I want to say that I'm not a sports person because it's not my job. I'd love it to be my job, but yeah, I know where I know where my strengths are, but also I know very much where my weaknesses are, and the videography and actual putting together a product is where
It's difficult.
I'm not. The thing is, I'm not that good at it. I can't pretend like I am.
There's loads of people though that have studied it and played around with software for a long time and do it that still can't do it to the level of others. It takes a certain mind, I think, to do it. But I think where you get your content out, sometimes Rough and Ready is quite good because it just gets it out. I think that's what a lot of people lack, is that ability to just go, do you know what? I'll edit this up. It'll go out like you did, just 720p.
The thing is, I thought that was going to be like, wow. And then it came out and I was looking at it like months later.
Like little
it was
box.
months later after it is out. I was like looking at it and then I went to put the resolution up and it just stops at 720p on the YouTube thing. And I was like, oh, crap.
Didn't do that right.
No, that's fine. But that's fine. It was only my second episode. So I was like,
Yeah.
but the thing is, I think people quite like the fact that it is rough in
We've
some ways.
spoken
Like,
about it
it's slightly
before in one of
personable.
our like first couple of episodes, didn't we? About like lo-fi content and that people prefer it because it seems real. Whereas like, and like on our socials and stuff, we do a mix of the two. And like we've got Wes here, so we could do polished stuff all the time if we wanted. It always feels weird like referring to him when he's sat behind the camera.
Hollywood hand.
We
Yeah,
need
you
like
guys,
a
you
little
guys can't
photo
see
that
it,
comes
but he's
up of
back
him.
there. He's back there.
Sometimes you can hear him when he trips over the headphones, but
No, I've watched that episode and I thought like that very much applied to the fluke of the cheese rolling video, but it was
there's definitely a balance between the two and
sure.
like figuring it out. And like we test it all the time and figure out, okay, well, what works well in what styles. But I think that proves it
But
massively.
in the beginning,
that people
you're gonna be low budget, and you're gonna be, although $2,000 for an episode is.
I
not
tell
cheap.
you,
it's not
I hope
cheap.
you sell that bike for some money.
yeah, I'm going to.
Yeah.
But no, I basically did it where
Get something back on that. Anyone listening who wants a Honda, what is it?
yeah, Honda CRF 110F.
Yeah, go on,
It's got
get
2 hours worth of sale. It's up for sale.
Yeah,
By now.
by now.
This has become a telemarketing.
Yeah, we'll
No, not telemarketing. What is it? TV, we're on TV and you're like,
TV shopping channel.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Have you got anything else you want to sell while we're at it?
Yeah.
No, we'll come back to you later.
Yeah.
But so your budget's going to be low. Like I think of things that I watch. So Matt Armstrong's done very well on the cars, rebuilding cars. Don't know if you watch him, but he's big on the channels now. He's got probably 4 channels that he runs, and he's doing well. There's all these supercars, massive facility. But he started with an Audi TT in a car park at the back of a restaurant doing his first video, and it's on his phone, and he's like holding the phone, it's dropping, it's like and he just went from, because people must have liked what they saw and have still followed him. I don't think it's always about, but so there's a lot of talk around like how videos pop off on YouTube, and a lot of talk about thumbnails and descriptions and all this stuff. How did you do it though? So what was the difference? Did you do anything different on any of that? Did you think about any of that or not at all?
I did almost nothing. I thought about it a bit. I'm a big fan of Mythbusters.
Yeah.
And I like how those episodes progress from we're going to try at small scale till the finale where they have the big, ta-da, I don't know, sent a boat through something, I don't know, through a truck or whatever. Yeah, through a wall. And I was like, okay, well, if I just show like, this is me rubbish, this is me trying to get better, here's me in a new place, here's me trying to get better, here's me in a new place, here's me trying to get better, here's me in the finale, here's me trying the finale. That's it. Like you see me basically going like my skill moving with me through
You've got the
different
days,
environments.
haven't you? So the 7 days.
Yeah, day 1, day 2,
yeah.
it's 7 days.
So
but
it's
like,
quite a good way of it's almost formats quite nicely because it's got you've already got the format.
Yeah. But
You've written it.
I think the thing that did the best from the cheese rolling was you genuinely saw like everybody knows what a hill looks like.
Yeah.
So you see a sand dune, that's soft. Okay, now you see a little hill. Now you see a bigger hill.
Yeah.
And like that, you're seeing me travel, my skill move with it.
Yeah.
And then the final, ta-da, we're here. It's like you're watching it not only progress through my skill, but you're watching like the scenes grow.
I wonder if there's something as well to do with like
Makes sense.
Just around like the amount of people searching for it as well, like where it was an event, like similar to MudBillys, where like people are hyped off the back of it and they're looking at content because they know that it's that event that happens around that time of year, in comparison to something where it's going and doing something that you could do like whenever.
Yeah.
That might have had some sort of swing on it in terms of like people searching for content around it.
Definitely would have helped to have like a topic that searched for sure. I think though, the idea of having just good content wins out, like a good idea where someone actually puts effort in.
Yeah.
Like I like the fact you're putting yourself through something.
Yeah.
There's value to that.
Certainly I'm putting myself through it.
Yeah, you are. Yeah. But like it's easy for us to come in here and sit here and chat, right? I'm not risking anything or doing anything. There's no jeopardy to that. Well, there might be. I might say something stupid.
Yeah.
But that's about it, right?
Jeopardy for your career.
My career, yeah.
Not physical, not physical harm.
But with what you're doing, I think people value where it's hard, something difficult to do, and you're trying to achieve something.
Yeah.
If they can see that in an episode, like I'll reference Matt again, but Matt Armstrong, he's got a fucked car and then he's got to build it in a 24-hour period. and you go, well, that's really hard. I'll watch this.
Yeah.
I can see that I already know what he's trying to achieve by the end of the video.
Yeah.
And I want to know if he gets from there to there. And that's usually quite engaging to watch.
Yeah.
So the format sounds fantastic to me, really.
I think a big one for it as well is that the fact that hill is like the most relatable thing of just like, oh, I've fallen down hill once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I slipped over. Like some of the episodes that I've done, like especially the luge boarding one where I was racing it's like a, wait, have I told, did I talk
We
about
didn't
I
mention
didn't
this
talk about
one
it,
yet.
sorry. I did what was it? Highlining, cheese rolling, luge boarding, and then I did an ultra skate, and then the mini cross nationals was the most recent one, at
MudBillys.
Yeah, MudBillys. Yeah, the luge boarding one, you're like on a skateboard, but it's like the luge board at the Olympics, but it's got skateboard trucks instead, and you're racing down a road. There's no reference for anybody in the head. Like, what's it like to lie on a big skateboard going 50 miles an hour, racing with the brakes are just your shoes? It's like, there's so many, like nobody knows what that feels like.
Oh, it's scary.
Yeah, it's scary, but it's like, but you can't go, oh yeah, but like falling over, you go,
Yeah, everyone.
oh, I've done that loads.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's just boop, comes right into your head. So I think a lot of the sports that like I'd like to do are a lot easier to relate to, like ones where it's like a fighting sport, or like there's like one called freestyle bullfighting, which I really want to try, where you're not, the whole point is you don't hurt the bull at all. You go into the ring and it's the roles are reversed. You basically got a minute, the first 30 seconds you got to avoid the bull, and then the second 30 seconds you got to do tricks to gain points. And then the more aggressive the bull is, the more points you get. And then the more impressive your tricks are, the more points you gain. And that one, like, everyone knows like what it would be like to be run over. But well, I suppose you don't know what it's like to be run over. Well, you can imagine what being hit by a bull would be like.
We've seen it happen.
Yeah, you know what a cow's like.
Yeah,
you
we've
imagine
seen the footage when they do get caught with the ball,
and they just
the ball runs.
like
thrown up in the air.
Yeah, and the thing is, they run camps that you can go there and over a week go and do it, and you can just sign up for one.
I watched one the other day,
that would
really
be
slow
relatable.
motion, where this guy like turns, they get low,
Yeah,
they sort of run in one direction, get very low, and the ball dips low, and then they pivot, and then because the ball's so low, it can't quite get its speed back up to turn as quick. And he's doing it like back and forth. Just the ball's just missing him every time.
yeah,
But he's skill, isn't it? He's like picked up this skill.
yeah. You
And
would
he's
read
crazy
that
enough to
animal's
do it,
impressive.
and he's nailed like the tactics.
Yeah.
So I guess anything can be taught in theory.
I would say not in theory,
It definitely.
in practice.
Yeah.
Everything could be taught. It's something where, with the right help from a professional, I think within a week, you could get pretty close to being, good. Not like you're not going to be as good as anyone that's done it for, months, years, decades, whatever. But like,
We won't give away your results from the recent one until
No,
people watch it, but you did
no.
pretty good at
it
the
was
racing.
all right. Yeah, it was all right. I was told at the beginning by Josh, he said you won't be getting first or anywhere near like that, because my bike's a 110cc. Everyone else's was like 140s.
190,
They were like, it was like between 140 and 190, but like big bore kitted bikes. And they were professional riders that do this full time.
and they're rapid.
And I was like, great, this is cool. But I didn't know until
But
I
you
got
didn't
there.
come last, mate. We'll say
No,
that
I didn't come last.
You did really well
for sure.
So, would you ever do it again? Do any of these things appeal
No.
to you after you've done it? But
No.
you think, oh, I'd really love to do that, or you're like dreading the whole week doing it, and then you kind of nail it and go right.
In a weird way, like if I feel like I or someone else has done it a lot before, it really doesn't have a huge amount of like appeal. Like everyone's always like, would you skydive? And I'm like, I've watched pensioners get tipped out of skydiving places. It's cool, but like, you've watched your nan
You're
get
on
tipped out of a
someone's
plane
back.
with some guy strapped to your ass. Like it's cool, but like also it's not that hard. Like you can do it. But the idea of being like, I'm going to go and do this, learn how to do it within a week and just try and crush it
You
off
need
with
to
my
do
own
the
adaptability.
flying
Like,
squirrel suit. I think that would
do
be.
you know,
The flying-
wingsuiting, I've spoken
That
to,
is
I've
cool.
spoke to a proximity wingsuiter, and he said it was like, he was talking about, he was like, at least 3 out of his most close 10 mates have died within like the last few years. And he's just like, it's pretty much the clock's ticking once you start. It's not like will you die? It's when, or are you going to get really injured?
I watched some of
Oh
the
my God.
videos because I've been obsessed with that for like years, watching those
Yeah.
videos, and they're getting stupid now. Like they
Yeah.
go through like where they've got rocks and there's like two like pillars like that, and they fly. They go at 120.
thank
Is
you.
it sometimes 100 miles?
I don't know.
It's over 100 mile an hour. They're like
They thread the needle.
20,
big
30.
time.
Yeah, they do. They go through holes and all sorts. They've only got to get that wrong slightly, and you're going
Yeah.
120 miles an hour into a rock face.
Yeah.
And you're dead. That's impact dead, gone. You're mush.
Yeah, like if you go in like 50, like the luge boards.
Yeah. It's not,
it's
not good.
Like it's not. Well, no, you're not going to die.
You might break an ankle or
Yeah,
something.
you might die. Do you know? Touch wood. Never broke a bone. Ever.
Well, you
Ever
jinxed
broke
that
You were
now.
convinced, weren't you, at MudBillys, to be fair, about a rib?
I thought
there was a
broke your
cracked
rib.
rib.
I slept on my side the other day, so it was fine now.
You're all right now.
It was maybe 3-4 nights ago. I slept on my left again, so it was fine. But
Good.
it's not bad.
Yeah,
It's
if
fine.
it's broke, it'd be longer than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would
It's
know.
been a few weeks though, right? It's not. Yeah.
I think it's
anyway,
just bruised.
We
I think it's
didn't
just bruised.
X-ray it at the time, so we're okay.
No. Did the Evolution Media X-ray machine not make
No,
it out
you
that
stand
day?
behind that. It's that. You stand behind it and it
Are you
shows
sure we're not
us.
just getting dosed with their radiation from
They're
these?
Just,
Just-
X-ray rays.
I'm
yeah.
going to leave and just be like,
Yeah.
wow, my hair's falling out.
Yeah,
It's
what's
crazy.
happened to me? My bones are
Oh,
broke.
Is that
my
what
hairline's
happened?
receding so much quicker
That's
than it
what
was
happened to me,
before. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what's I know you didn't want to give a date for the release, but it'd be quite good to tease when it might be because it'd
Like
give people something to
3
look
months. 3
for.
months.
3 months for the release of the next.
Don't do like 3
3 months.
three whole months.
3 whole months. Is that roughly what you think?
I can tell you now. I was talking earlier. So I'm not pointing at the camera. Yeah.
Hollywood hands.
Yeah,
No,
Hollywood
Wes.
hands.
behind. I'm pointing behind,
Wes.
behind the magic man.
Yeah.
I thought I was doing something wrong when it came to editing, that I was doing it really slowly.
Yeah.
But it turns out that I'm just
Taking your time.
doing exactly.
You know, but you
what
want to get it
editing is, I
right,
just
don't
can't.
you? You want to get it
I
right.
just think
Yeah.
I think with for a while, I was doing the episodes as almost like a portfolio where I wanted to have like a really nice or as good as I could possibly do product, so I could take to someone, because I did do a bit of shopping around to see if a proper production house would want to talk to me about going to someone like a Netflix or an Amazon or whatever and see if we could do it as a legit series. And a few people that I spoke to basically said, like, unless you've got at least 50,000 subscribers on YouTube or you know, a big old following, like, they're just not going to hear you. And I was being very like anal about making it as good as possible. So I think now maybe I might try and up the content like output rather than trying to make it like super high quality.
So what
I
about?
guess as well, it's probably like the amount of content that you can get out of it as well. Like we were talking earlier in the week about like getting snippets out of stuff,
Yeah.
and like being able to have those
Yeah, I
running
was gonna
alongside it to go out on your
think you've got-
socials to then help push to the main video.
Because like I said, I know what I'm good at, but I really do struggle with being like
say, on media.
just
Yeah.
because I'm like, yeah, I
It's
don't
not
know.
actually your thing,
No, it's
Yeah.
not. It's
which is really interesting.
It's not like I love the idea of doing, and it's from watching stuff like Mythbusters where I'm like, I love the idea of doing that. I love the idea of being a person that can, you know, show what they're capable of and maybe draw people in to do new sports and expand their horizons when it comes to, you know, sporty stuff. Wow, that was cliche, wasn't it? But the actual technical side of it, I'm really not a natural at. Like the sports stuff, if you said go and do this in a week, I'm like, great, I can do that. If you said go and make a week's worth of TikTok reels or, you know, TikToks and reels every day,
Yeah.
I'd be like,
Yeah.
it just.
It's funny as well, isn't it? Because people, I mean, the comment that I always get when you say you work in marketing, they're like, oh, you just sit and make social media videos and your job's really easy. So it's actually nice for someone to sit and be like, guys,
You do
not
do
my
that,
bag.
though.
I do
do.
that.
You
I
do.
do that as part of my job.
As part of
like,
it, of course.
People sit, don't they? And they're
I
always
don't
like,
put-
oh, marketing's easy, media's easy.
Yeah.
They
I-
think
I
that
have
anyone...
noticed you're very on it with your stuff as well.
Yeah.
Especially like getting in touch with me and like being like,
Yeah.
we're going to do this. This is happening.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah,
try
you'll
to
get-
organise
you'll get
everyone,
organised.
don't I?
You'll
Yeah.
get organised within an inch of your life, mate.
No,
That's it.
to be
Don't
honest,
complain about
it's
it.
great because I'm
I've
very
got lists
disorganised.
of lists that I need to make.
I think
like,
what you've got is typically though you'll have it'll kind of the business strategy, because it is it will become your business, right? You want to make a livelihood from it.
Will become a business.
It will. I think what you've got to look at is sometimes people are good at one thing, and in business you need other people to do other things, or a partner to come in, or someone who has a direction. You notice a shift when you can see the timeline. If you go back, like anything that's doing well now on there, go back to their first videos, and it will be them with a camera on a stand trying to film it all, and they'll just be editing it and putting it out. And you'll look at the gap in between the videos, and it's like loads of time in between because it takes a long time to make it. And as they get
You're just describing
bigger,
me.
Yeah, I am. That's the journey though. And then as you get bigger, it kind of gets easier because you have more resources.
Yeah. Because the thing is, if you said like, here's a budget, go and get people to do all these bits.
Yeah, easy.
I'd say like, okay, twice a month we'll have a video out, done, great, and we'll just for a year, just like, and I would love that.
You might be a bit broken by
the end of the year. You can then focus more on like the sports.
Somebody wants to give me
stuff.
a big wad of cash.
Can you pay him to wreck himself for a year?
Yeah.
But be interesting though to see how that changes it then, because then you've got more time to spend on like the sport, what sports do you want to do, like all that different stuff. You can look more into that and not have to worry about 100%. That side.
And the actual like,
change it.
How does my microphone, how's the gain in this shot when I should be thinking I'm about to go and do this really dangerous thing. Yeah. I don't need to be putting my focus into what the white balance is right now.
Yeah.
And then also comment. Like if you have mess ups with the camera, and I haven't got time to go and be like, oh, hang on, that's the wrong lens, or like da. I've got to go over here and race a motorbike. It's just, I shouldn't have that on my mind where I'm doing something where I could tear both my ACLs and never be able to do sport again. Like it's just not the right thing to be doing, but I'm in the situation where I have to do it because you'd never get a video otherwise.
Even when we go on shoots though, like me and Wes will go together. And obviously for us, it's different because it's like, we'll be there filming for a client, but it's almost like we need both of us even in that situation, because Wes needs to be able to focus on what he's doing filming wise. Then if the client's got any questions, I'm there to handle that side of it, so that then he can focus on the bit that he needs to do. So like for you to have that and then almost be like your own client as well. So you're thinking about
with when you're filming, thinking of all of that in a week and planning all's hard anyway. And then obviously taking that on with somewhat, I guess one thing to consider would be in series of like stuff like this will help, and doing more things like this because it gives you stuff in between that you can kind of get content from and then build on the story and get more views and eyes on it. So that it's promo, isn't it really? It's promo. So I think that's probably the angle to go at.
And please, if you are watching this, don't take this as like an oh woe's me, it's so hard being a creator. It must be so it's hard doing YouTube. Like it's just, I'm putting my mind outside of my head.
So how are you funding stuff and
working regularly?
Just working.
Yeah.
And what is the day job?
It's I've actually got 2 jobs. So I work as a tree surgeon in the winter, and then
I can see you doing tree surgeon actually. I can see that up a tree, high up with a chainsaw.
The thing is,
fucking about.
Every tree surgeon that's if there's anyone that's watching this that is a tree surgeon, they're gonna hate me because I actually am a groundie. So technically, they would be like, he's not a tree surgeon. He just feeds the chipper.
What's the actual term?
Arborist.
Arborist, yeah.
Nobody calls it that. That's like people, it's like, you hear about like, if you cut a tree down, you go timber. Yeah. If you did that, people would like get off the side. So if you call yourself an arborist, everyone's like,
what?
Of course you are.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, no, but like...
Do you know at that event, there was a business card and it was Mr. Woods.
Oh, don't.
Mr. Woods?
Mr. Woods, the arborist.
We have a Mr.
I've got
Wood
the card.
here.
They gave it to Mr. Wood upstairs because he's Mr. Wood as well.
You need some of these plants trimming.
I just thought he'd find it funny because it was like...
Mr. Woods
said arborist
hilarious.
on it, didn't it?
No, but Martin upstairs is called Woods, Mr. Woods.
Oh, so you went...
So I gave him the card.
Here's your card.
It's an inside joke. Don't worry about it. Thanks.
It was funny.
Poor Mr. Wood upstairs.
It was funny when you were there. Maybe you had to be there.
No.
In fact, nobody else was there. I was just in the car with him. That's what I do. Really interesting.
You were in a car alone?
In a car alone.
I got this card for you.
An arborist.
Mr. Wood.
Some random arborist called Mr. Wood's business card and gave it to him. Thought it was hilarious. He did laugh though.
Good.
whether he's scared laughing. Like,
Yeah,
He's
so
always
like,
in the car by
did
himself,
you
isn't
choose
he?
to do this when we were in the
yeah,
car
is this
alone?
like are you all right, Jake?
Yeah.
Like, did you print this off yourself?
Yeah,
Is
yeah,
this,
yeah. But then in the summertime, I do co-steering. So I'm not just the tree surgery bit. It's more so like summertime.
So
You know, at the sea.
and how does that work then? So you kind of
You
mix
get in the
it up.
sea, don't you?
Yeah. No, but in terms of
Oh.
jobs, do you like to say to them, because trees need cutting
No,
all year
same
round.
boss.
Same boss.
Yeah,
So they diversify in the different times of the year.
he does.
He does. One person.
Will. Shout out.
Not called Will Wood.
Not Will Wood.
He's not Mr. Wood.
No.
Okay.
No, Will Wood. No. He, Will's like best boss I've ever had. He's really accommodating.
Shout out Will.
Yeah. Like when I tell him like, I'm going to go and do this, he goes, all right. There's
All right,
no
mate.
like, I kind of need you in that day. It's always just
Yeah.
like, okay. Which
That's
is great.
cool.
Which is
Yeah,
really great.
that's sound, isn't it? Something
Yeah.
like that.
But
What does he think of what you're doing then?
He thinks it's kind of mental, but also like the motorbike stuff. He was riding motorbikes, so he was into that. I think he just more finds it just like just funny that you're just like it's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. All right.
Yeah.
All right. And like
Normal.
yeah, there's a yeah.
Normal.
Well, it's become
Yeah.
to the point now where it's like that's what Sam's doing.
Yeah.
Like it's not a it's not really a thing anymore. It's just like I'm gonna do this.
So how did it? I mean, you've kind of explained some of the bits of the story of how it all came about, but how you wanted to get into this, and then you've mentioned that you wanted to do a series would be really cool to do, right?
Oh yeah, 100%.
So you've got this vision of like, I'd like to be doing it and focusing on the sports and then documenting it in a series. Where did you always know that, or did you kind of slowly come to that? How was the series of events, excuse the pun, to get to that point?
It was a bit of it was weird. After Ninja Warrior went out, it wasn't like imposter syndrome, but it was like basically you watch yourself on the telly after, and especially they film it a year in advance. So I was for a year sat on this like, I've done this cool thing.
Yeah.
And then a year later, people then start saying, oh, I saw you on da-da-da. And you're like, yeah. Old news, like cool.
Yeah.
And then because it's all old to you and like, yeah, I'm not really that guy anymore. Like that was me then. You start questioning like, am I still the person that is being, portrayed on the television as this like sports person? Well, Sam, the comeback kid, Wild West, blah, 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 is on the telly. Yeah. And then I was like, not wrestling with it, but like being like, okay, I know I want to do this, but how do I do it? And I started doing like totally random telly shows and like extra work and like kind of stabbing around at like what I wanted to do. And then eventually came to the conclusion that like doing something where I can use all the different weird sports that I've done and kind of bring them together was like, okay, this could be something that I could be very, very good at. And I think people would enjoy. But it was a period of like basically just I was going to say effing about, but just like messing about and being like, no, I don't really like the idea of being an actor. That's kind of rubbish. They're all weird. I don't want to.
In case anyone, we like actors, they can be on the,
No,
in the
no,
series
no, no.
to help
I feel like
present
we
it.
need to
I will
crop
speak
in
on
the clip
behalf.
of Jake
I'll speak
going,
on
"Not an
behalf.
actor."
The amount of actors I've met, they're all well weird,
Probably true.
really weird. Like
So-
you'd be sat there and they'll start randomly opera singing right in the like you'd be sat there in a green room or whatever. And you're just not a green room, what's it called? Holding room.
Yeah.
And then you'll just hear like me. And you're like, oh,
God. Yeah, that's that world.
yeah, it is that
That's not
world.
the world you want to be in.
Yeah.
So in terms of if it was to progress and you got off, because there could be a point, right, where you kick on and on and on with the YouTube stuff and it gets really popular and then you get more and more followers, etc. And then you've got a team. Do you then go traditional TV route, or would you go more like, no, I'm going to go all guns blazing on my own thing and I own the content and it's mine and I can do what I want with it? Because that's always the kind of key.
That is a question that I have wrestled with a bit, because the thing which is steering me most in that is the ability to offload the stress of filming, editing.
Yeah.
Because like I said, I'm not naturally good at that. There are people that are naturally good at it, Wes. And Wes. And
he is.
I'm just
Annoyingly.
not that.
Annoyingly
So like
good
if
at
you
it.
said, hey, here's Netflix want to do this series, but we're going to change it slightly and we're going to own the rights to it, but you're going to get, you know, I don't know, 100K a year and you get to do this full time. I'd be like, great.
So
but
it's
on
the
YouTube,
work. It's
I guess
the work
it's like who
satisfaction.
comes to you then,
Yeah,
or like
but
how it builds.
but if it was on YouTube and it was like, okay, you've got the opportunity to make
monetised
like
from that.
hundreds and hundreds of thousands of pounds, like a big YouTube channel, but you've got to do all the stuff still, then it's like, oh no.
I guess though, if you got to the point of it being that monetized on YouTube, then you would look at building like your own team potentially. So then it's like,
there's that, like, I think the actual getting a team through YouTube would come naturally first before somebody came to you and said,
I think as you get to that stage, you're going to have had some people working with you anyway. And that's where you build.
Yeah, which I think in that situation, like,
also
the choice will be almost made for
series, unless it goes on Netflix, being realistically honest, it's not likely to get seen by lots of people.
No.
Because like traditional TV's kind of
dying.
Oh,
yeah.
I would know. The thing is like, I've done stuff with ITV.
Yeah.
They were great. They were really good. You know, they were very, you know, very nice, put me up in hotels and and it was great. But I know that unless it's Love Island, nobody's watching.
Yeah. It is true.
Yeah.
Is that where you're going next then?
I've actually had a few friends very seriously lately being like, I think you should apply for this.
Depends what skeletons you got in the closet, mate. That's the problem.
That's the thing. Is like, if you do it on the telly, if you do stuff through the telly, they're gonna dig
find
it.
They're gonna find anything.
But then the thing is, if you do it on YouTube and they dig something up, you go, yeah, I'm a YouTuber. Like I can do whatever I want.
Yeah.
And the nice thing about it is, if my name's Wild West, and then they're like, "You did this thing," and I'm like,
"It's Wild West."
My name is Wild West. It's like them going to Dirty Sanchez and being like, "You were drinking heavily on this night out, and it's
taking drugs and doing this."
Yeah, they're like,
no insinuation said,
okay,
yeah.
like cool.
It's like their entire thing, isn't it?
Yeah, they're just being wild people.
I think Dirty Sanchez would, if it had been the YouTube era, would have been a lot crazier.
Yeah.
Because I reckon they must have had some stipulation on what went out.
Sure.
Yeah.
There's no way they were just letting them do whatever and putting it out because it just they can't do it. They couldn't do it.
We've heard some stories.
I mean, I know, but now if you look at telly now, it's even stricter, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because they're so scared of offending everyone.
Are digging stuff. They'll be like, do you know that 15 years ago when the world was completely different? Remember you did this thing?
Yeah.
That's like what we were talking about with
now you're cancelled.
Yeah, and it's like, what?
Yeah.
That's like what we were talking about though with Josh and the lazy generation about like how TV got really strict, didn't it? But now it's almost like lost a lot and it's struggling. And
it's coming back,
for them to let the lazy generation go on Britain's Got Talent and stuff, like normally they've never been able to get through to stuff like that because they just shut it down straight away.
Well, some child might run on a plug or four leg on the floor.
Oh no!
Or try and belly flop over their mate.
Yeah.
Oh, we might encourage some dangerous activities.
Little Timmy's been dropping things on the treadmill again.
oh, nightmare!
Yeah.
Writing a formal complaint.
Yeah. No, I can't remember what it was. I saw something on the. I was watching the BBC the other day, the news, and they were talking about like how regular TV is now so much lower that they're thinking of like at some point they might have to kind of come to a conglomerate where like BBC, ITV, Channel 4 kind of meld.
One thing.
Yeah, which I mean, you can see how like they are just sort of a dying.
Well, where did it?
Like,
you know, if you're an advertiser now, you can put your ads on YouTube,
and they'll get seen,
and they'll get seen, but they'll also, if you look at, okay, we make cars, for example, or motorbikes, you go, right, I want it to be content that people that watch that, right, are watching. It's so much more direct, whereas like Channel 4 charging £80,000 an advert to run at prime time. Yeah. Now it's like, well,
is that how much it would be?
Back in the day, they were running like, say, a series of like 4 weeks of prime time ads that would pop on. They'd have different times of the day, and then you'd have an ad come on. Say it's Coronation Street or something, and you've got an ad in that break. Right, that is a prime time ad.
Yeah,
it was. I don't know if it is now, but that would cost you tens of thousands to have that ad run. Now, realistically, after people watching that, are they relevant for that ad? Probably not. Whereas you can be more direct.
YouTube is so 'targeted,
really targeted. All the shit I like, I get ads for. It's great. I don't buy any. I
What
actually
is it you
don't, I
get ads
don't get
for?
ads anymore because I have premium. I'm not going to lie. But
Got
does.
premium. Jesus.
I do watch a lot of
What a
YouTube.
baller. God.
Yeah, I know. The $14.99 a month that I pay.
Is it 40 for YouTube Premium?
$14.99.
I thought it was going to be like £2.
No, $14.99.
Whoa.
You get YouTube Music though, which is quite good.
Oh, I only use YouTube just for
You just
music
play it,
anyway.
but then you can't come off the app, and you have to.
I like
listen
how
to
it
the ads.
suggests me, you know.
Yeah, well, it's
whatever.
good. It's good. I won't go into it now, but I'll tell you about
Yeah,
it.
I'm a big proponent actually.
Yeah,
YouTube sponsor me, yeah, whatever.
YouTube. Yeah, come on.
Get in touch.
Just give him some cameramen.
Yeah.
So next steps for you then is just to roll out. If you got like I'm not going to say you're going to have a schedule, but are you looking at the next sport already to film, or are you just going to get one out at a time? Is it stepping up in terms of the frequency?
Yeah, I think I'd like to say that I would be able to get. I mean, the last however many years I've done like 2-3 a year, which has not been, obviously it's not good. So I'd like to say like, okay, maybe every 2-3 months, be able to have a video. But I've got X Pogo, which is basically these pogo sticks, but they're pneumatic, so they're like pumped up with compressed air. So they're super powerful, and people do like flips on them. So I want to learn to do a backflip on one of those. And I was advised by when I was shopping about the exec chaps about doing lots of collaborations with people to try and boost, boost the platform.
Yeah.
And so I'm gonna basically go and hang out with a friend of mine, Ben, and hopefully do a sport with him and reverse the roles where I'm teaching him a sport instead of it being just me getting taught. I can, twist it up, which is kind of what was nice about meeting up with Josh, because obviously he's not nobody, like he's got a platform. And the fact that he was so like, come do MudBillys, I was like, okay, yeah, this probably would be a good idea.
Yeah, I guess meeting people like him is really helpful.
You're going to get Josh on a pogo stick then?
No, I asked him, I said, do you want to come and do an episode where I teach you to go spearfishing? And he was like, don't swim.
Don't swim?
Yeah. Well, I was like, you swim, shoot a fish with a spear gun. He's like, don't swim. I was like, cool, all right, well, I guess you're not doing that then. And then
that's some lessons. You might need 4
Josh
weeks
to swim. Yeah. Here we go. King Billy
5
does
meters.
25 meter badge. Yeah.
Yeah.
It
Sew
doesn't
it
really
onto
fit.
some little pants and put it back in the water.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Your little badge.
It doesn't really fit with like extreme.
No, but I mean, it'd be good to do it. Like all of that stuff sounds like it'd be more. I guess if you've got someone's discipline and you took your discipline and said, right, I'm going to do yours for a week. That'd be quite cool.
That's
as a
cool.
crossover.
Yeah. I'd love to do some, like, there's sports on the list that I'm like, if I did this, it would almost, not guaranteed, but like pretty as close to guaranteed as you could be without, like, for it to go big. Like, there's ones that are just like, there's no way that this can't. Like, there's this one that I really want to do called Dambe, which is this like, it's like this version of African boxing where they have one hand wrapped in linen all the way from your elbow up to your fist, and that's your spear. And then you have your shield, which is your other hand. You don't box with your other hand. And you're basically just in this dirt ring, and it's the Hausa butchers, and it's like a form of like showing their masculinity and like and you go in and you just sock the other person like as much as you can, and kicking as well. And there's no time limit. There's no like, oh, you've knocked him down. It's just like
till they're down.
Till they're once they're
out.
Once they're out, like, and they're on the floor, then you basically like they always just sort of step over each other, and they're just like, like that. I could go there, be a crazy thing learning about like the culture, be crazy seeing me with a mentor training in a gym. And then like, I've never done actually I did a kickboxing match once, but I did I've never done fighting sports. And I just turn up there and it's like, okay, it's Monday today. On Sunday, you're going to be boxing with some Hausa absolute monster man that's just going to beat the crap out of you.
Yeah.
Like, and the thing is for that, like, I don't find that again, it sounds like I'm being like, I don't find that scary because I can just go stop and call it off.
Yeah.
If I'm halfway falling off of a motorbike at like 60 miles an hour, there's no like, just stop there. You're falling. Like there's no stopping.
Yeah.
Like with the boxing, I can go, this is too much. Like I'm fine with calling it off.
It takes a while.
I've got no
to get
teeth.
used
All
to
my
getting
eyes
hit.
are falling out.
That's the problem.
Yeah, but if you get like one punch, it's the equivalent of, it's like if I get knocked out once, it's like, okay, well, I've been knocked out.
You've been knocked out, yeah.
But I'm not going to like
not being knocked out,
die.
it's not hard. It's easy. And actually, you don't feel it. You don't feel the punch. You don't feel the punch.
No, yeah,
That's it. You just wake up.
You see a bright flash and then you
happens?
wake up with
Yeah.
just your your shorts full of poo and you're done.
Yeah,
That's
some
it.
people do that. Yeah,
I probably would.
depends. Well, I think there's lots for you to go at. Like, if you've got a list,
Oh, yeah.
I think it'd be good to share some of the. Maybe we can put some in the comments and in the description of this.
Yeah,
and
people have
I've
got,
got the
people
list.
can
haven't
vote.
I?
You have, yeah, I've sent. There's a few
I've
more
got-
that I've added, but if people have got suggestions that they would be willing to put forward,
That'd be cool.
I would really appreciate that, because if there's things which I've never heard of, and then they go, "Hey, try this," like the ultra skating, that one was put to me. That was crazy.
Ultra skating.
Yeah,
is
it's a
mental.
24-hour endurance race where you just skate for 24 hours to see how many miles you can skate. Just
How far did you get?
I did 176 miles, so I skated just. But it's a lap, and the thing is, the
Oh my
course is a
gosh.
mile and a half long.
So,
So
if
you-
anyone hasn't checked any of this out,
Yeah,
they need to go online and watch all of this.
yeah, I would really
like,
appreciate it.
definitely, we'll put up in the comments all of the stuff that you've done that you're looking to do,
Mm.
and we'll keep people posted on when stuff goes live. Definitely the MudBillys stuff. We'd love to share all of that on our socials
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
Get people from MudBillys who are interested in watching how you performed. But
And they
mate,
can watch the MudBillys podcast when it comes out.
We'll have
There'll be
your
an episode
podcast.
with you. So we had Josh came in last week to do one with us, but obviously we are going to set up the podcast that we did.
Oh, sorry, the
at
MudBillys where
MudBillys.
we were.
Yeah.
we'll put your stuff up on
The
there as well,
chit-chatting.
because there's some
Yeah.
stuff on there that was interesting. But mate, thank you very much for your time.
No, thank you for having
And
me.
it's been amazing listening
yeah.
and learning about everything you do. Definitely got massive respect from me, especially from watching you ride all weekend with
Yeah.
damaged ribs and stuff. I know how hard you push yourself. So anyone who hasn't watched, do that. And we look forward to seeing the footage and the next one that you do.
No,
mate.
yeah,
So
thank you. Yeah, no,
Thank you very much.
it's been nice.